Hello everyone, this is Tripper, and today we are playing Chivalry Medieval Warfare. It has been a few days since my last Chivalry video. It is quite a strange occurrence, but that's how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Having spent most of my time in the past couple weeks in CSGO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, haven't had as much time for my child Chivalry, but I gotta make time for Chivalry, you guys know. It's gotta be done. And today is a special occasion. I had a conversation with some Chivalry dogs, some old Chivalry bros, including, I don't want to name any names. Let's just say there was an amalgamation of dudes from just different clans and backgrounds. Nemesis, Syndicates, Tempest, to be exact. Probably others in there. But we had a nice discussion today, involving the decision of the Mercs mod Balance Council to nerf the living hell out of archers. And this is not an insult to any of those members. This is not an insult to anyone who had any say in that decision. This is just simply a discussion. And the discussion is one that merits some controversy. But that's not the point. The point is to just get the basic idea of what archers do out of the way and to get the archers' input rather than those that are not archers. Right, I believe there's one or two archers on the Balance Council. I think it's Flame and another, I'm not 100% certain. And I think it's out of like 10 or 20 people. Could be entirely wrong about this. I'm not a huge fan of Mercs mod. For many of you, this is going to be very irrelevant. This discussion is not going to be entirely about this. I'm also just going to talk generally about archers. However, it's very important for the future of Chivalry and its longevity. So what's going on is that the Mercs mod team, the Balance Council, has decided to nerf archers in ways that they do less damage for melee and rangedness. Now, this obviously affects nothing in the melee in the vanilla game. However, as a competitive player, and spending most of my time around competitive players in this game, I hear a lot about this, and it's very important to me. Because Mercs mod is going to pretty much be the de facto competitive mode of the game in the coming months, as it's getting polished and perfected. And I'm fine with that. Mercs mod's a great thing. It balances the game in ways that it should be balanced by TB. TB's not working on the game anymore, Torn Banner, sadly. So something had to be done by the community, and Mercs mod was the answer, and I do like it. It adds all the great things about the vanilla game into a mod that people can load onto the servers. Lots of servers are using it currently because it's a great mod. It really is. It's well made, does everything that the competitive players want for the most part, and it's got a Balance Council, which is cool. What more could you want? What could possibly go wrong? Well, the what's the word? The underrepresented of the Balance Council, namely archers, are being shat upon to an extent. And in this way, there are a lot of archer nerfs taking place, which are not necessarily agreeable to all competitive archers. My face. To all competitive archers. And I'm not going to name any names, but I agree with their sentiments. I honestly think the role of an archer should not simply be to support and to pew, 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 pew. Oh, I got a couple hits. Guys, go kill him. No, the role of an archer should be a swooping guardian angel to save your teammates and to provide, like, very useful support. If you're a support unit and all you do is, like, ping an enemy a couple times, which is actually what archers normally will end up doing for a game, if that's all you can do, then it becomes really boring to play an archer. And I've been getting told by several of the competitive archers in Chivalry that they're just not having as much fun anymore in Mercs because of these additions. And it's not as fun. You don't kill people as fast. I think it's like something retarded, like 4 regular crossbow shots to a knight's body, which is stupid. I think it's 2 regular shots right now. I'm not precisely certain. Let's check right now. Nope. Okay, we're not going to check right now. But there's a spreadsheet of it. You guys can find it probably somewhere. And that's just the first thing. The first point is that it's not that fun to play a hamstring class. The second thing is you are not as much of an asset to your team as you were before. A lot of teams, I will wager, will probably not even field an archer with these kind of nerfs. Because before, archers had the potential to top a scoreboard, carry, so to speak. And that is, I believe, the main reason these changes are being made to mercs mod. And while that is somewhat true, I will say that if the archer is getting most of the kills, to such an extent where the rest of the team is many kills behind, that could be a problem for the rest of the team. The rest of the team isn't really working as hard as they should on the melee end. If the archer is getting a sort of near amount of kills, but they're still topping the board, that just means they have a really good archer, and the archer knows positioning and knows what to do. By the way, I know all of you are drooling and thinking, oh, hey, TBplsnerf, if you're making this video, that means an archer tactics are right around the corner. And I'm about to tell you guys, yes, it is. But let me finish this discussion first. So yes, that second point, both those points are very important. What was the second? Yeah, so, the archer needs to be a fun class to play or no one's going to bloody play it. And it is it's cool to see. Like, if this is a realism dilemma, well, obviously there has to be an archer out there somewhere. And if no one wants to play archer because it's too boring, then what's the bloody point? The second thing, the balance factor. Yeah, the balance factor, it doesn't make much sense. Because even if an archer is carrying a team, that's the rest of the team's fault for the most part. Right, that just means you have a really good archer, and maybe the rest of the team aren't that good. I believe the main dilemma with this problem is that the competitive archers are the cream of the crop in terms of skill in this game. It takes a lot of skill to play the archer class very well, as many of you probably know. It takes a lot of skill to do that. I am a mediocre archer at best, okay? But I'm decent, right? I can sub out, as I have done in scrims and whatnot. Okay, so that's that rant. I had that rant several times with others today. And I just wanted to sort of get the word out right. Like, also, give me your guys' opinion in the comments. Do you think the archer is in need of a nerf? And I used to honestly think the archer was in need of a nerf when I was a pub player. But now that I'm in a clan and I play competitively a lot, I kind of realize that you need the archer to be as powerful as it is to make it useful at all in that kind of 6v6 scenario. Because in normal team objective, it's like 12v12 or fucking 18v18, and there's like 4 archers or something, and they're all pew-pew-pewing, and it's annoying as hell. But in a 6v6, the archer is a very strategic asset that you have to use to your advantage. So that's the rant. I said I would talk about more general archer things. Fuck it, we'll spend the last 2 minutes talking about them. And that would be just like, what do I think about archers? Like I said, I used to think archers were the bane of my existence, the bane of every man's existence. Every class that was not an archer, it was the bane of their existence. However, now I'm thinking an archer is an extremely useful asset, and I really feel, excuse me, I really feel like those archers that can get good support shots in an engagement in competitive games. Like, if you're trying to shoot into an engagement between 2 5v5 melee teams, you're going to have a hard time doing it. You have to be very, very skilled to pull something like that off. Very, very difficult. I know I can't do it without killing a teammate at least every other time I try it. But there are many archers that can do it very, very skillfully. Skills, Biggs, Nemesis's Ansty, just to name a few. Some of you might not know those names, but you might. Those are some of the best archers in the game. There was actually a community list posted recently. You guys should check that out. It's on the Reddit subreddit, I think, for Chivalry. But whatever, that's irrelevant. And to that end, I didn't even get to my point. To that end, I believe archers are a necessary part of the game, and they should stay at where they are. I honestly hate being shot in the face with an arrow and getting my head exploded, but it's cool as hell. And it's probably really awesome for the archer. When I do that as an archer, I feel like I have done something for my team. I've killed an enemy. I have provided real support. That's one less person my team has to engage in the next engagement. It's extremely useful. And with these the new patch for mercs mod, well, many of you won't have to deal with it. The competitive scene will. With the new patch for mercs mod, that kind of really hamstrings the archer. It maybe makes it less fun. And makes it really harder to be effective in general engagements. So that's my rant. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys maybe learned something from this discussion. I know it may not have been all that relevant to the more casual Chivalry players, and I have no problem with that, but, you know, I hope you guys take something from this. I used to absolutely despise archers, but now some of my best friends outside of the game are archers. It's insane. And it's something we can all learn from. Tolerance is happiness, or something like that. I don't know. Did the Dalai Lama say that? Or, I don't fucking know. Just like, you know, I learned to tolerate archers. You need them. When they're on your team in a competitive game, you have to count on your archer to save your ass. When you're on low health, who's the guy that's watching your back? It's the archer. He's going to pew that guy. He's going to pew 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 that guy on your tail like it ain't nothing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe if you're dead. Comment your opinion of archers. If you hate them, if you love them, let me know. I don't care either way, honestly. I went from one viewpoint to another, and that's perfectly fine if you need to transition as well. Or if you don't. I don't care. Either viewpoint's really okay. I will see you guys next time. As always, have a grand day to rip out war.